Greetings to all, you are watching Wisdom with Anthony. So today I'm here with some simple tips and tricks that you can follow, and after following those you will find the drastic change in your speaking skills, because in order to improve one's speaking skills or communication skills we need to follow some steps, and the steps will be helping us out, or they will facilitate us in order to become fluent. I'm talking about fluency in English. Obviously communication skill I'm here talking about. The very first thing I have for you, in order to improve yourself or to become better in, because you practice, you speak and you want to speak fluent English, but the thing is that we are not able to make some habits, or we do not know some habits that will help us to become fluent. So I have here for you some points. The very first I have, without that I cannot even imagine to be fluent, and none of us can become fluent without that. That is none other than practice. Yes, practice. Whatever the video you make or listen to, the very first thing that every person will or tutor will tell you, that practice enough. So how much I should practice to become fluent, or in order to become fluent in order to become fluent in English, how much I need to put efforts every day, or how much time I should invest into that. So obviously I have at least 10 minutes. Yes, you must be wondering that only 10 minutes. No, I'm talking about at least 10 minutes. More than that, if you go, that is much better, because we are in a journey, and when we are on a journey, in order to improve something, so we can invest more, because it is a phrase also in English, the more you put efforts in, the more you get the result in, right? So I mean to say, practice is the key that you can find a drastic change in your communication skills by adopting that practice portion in that. And let me tell you again that I cannot imagine a speaker without practicing can become a good speaker of the language, because we are learning. English is a second language for me, and obviously I hope that you are learning English as a second language. That's why you are here on this platform and watching the video. I mean to say excuse me, today I'm not feeling a little better. So okay, nevertheless. So I mean to say that the more practice you do, the more you tend to become fluent and better day by day. Because practice is the key that will uplift you from wherever the level you have or obtained so far. It will change your level. So practice helps to change the level of someone who is aspirant to speak English fluently. Now, some of you may raise a question, sir, I don't have somebody to practice with. Whom shall I practice with? I cannot practice when I'm alone. Let me tell you, the best practice can take place when you are alone, because initial stage, I'm talking about initial stage, and not even initial stage, even now I practice myself, because I don't find somebody. No problem, that's okay. I'll go in front of the mirror, I will just record my own videos and I'll listen to that. You must have seen lots of vloggers. They use or they adopt this technique. They don't have something or somebody with them to practice, or they don't have any equipment. So what do? They just simply start doing the commentary. In case if you are not able to take any topic, incident or anything to speak, they will just do what? They will just comment. They will do the commentary, whatever is happening before their very eyes. I mean to say, in order to improve yourself, you need to practice, and that is the must portion that cannot be even avoided. Without practice you cannot see anyone becoming fluent. So this portion you cannot avoid from your daily schedule. You need to schedule your practice time in order to become better and fluent. So I hope you are getting. If you have somebody to speak with, that's wonderful, that's great. If you don't have somebody, no need to get depressed or no need to get down, no problem. I mean to say, no need to feel down, because you can go along your own way, because you have somebody within you that actually can help you out. You can go and check your expression. I know that basic things you have, I'm talking about the accuracy, grammar, pronunciation, little words also we know. So we can start whatever we have with us. No, we can start with that. Second, I have a listening. You cannot avoid this portion as well, because every language has 4 modules, and listening I think comes the very first, because the more you listen, the more you can speak better. Because when we listen, we come to know many different structures, we come to know different words or vocabularies, we do not know even some rules. So basic things and even great things, I'm saying basic plus great things we can learn from the structures that we hear, the things or the talks or the conversation that we listen to or pay our ears to. I mean to say, in order to become better or in order to become fluent speaker, you need to listen more, because the more you listen, the more you can speak better. This is a reality. We need to understand this very fact. So enough time you need to pay on listening. For me, I'm traveling somewhere, I'm sitting alone, I prefer to listen more and more. So what shall I listen? There are some talks, TED Talks, you can go for that. You can listen to the stories. If you are story lovers, you can watch to any of the games. If you are a fan of games or sports, you can listen to the commentary. Anything as per as your choice, but just be in the tendency of listening, because listening is the key that will help you out to improve yourself. Yes, so listening can make you even greater when you speak, because something you heard, something you listened to, the next time you are going to use that in your own language, it will polish it, right? Are you getting me what I mean to say? I hope you are getting. In case of any doubt or apprehension, please leave a comment in the comment section. Third, I have think in English. Every day you need to do that, because I know it's a second language as you're learning it, and when we are learning a language as a second, we need to understand that our brain must work in the same way or in the same language in order to get or generate the words, ideas, insights, thoughts. We need to have lots of thoughts to speak in a particular language, because translation is not the only resort or solution that we can rely on. We may fumble, we may get stuck, we may make lots of delays, pauses, and lots of barriers will be there in the communication, which I call communication barriers, right? I need to understand this very fact that I need to think in the same language in order to speak a particular language. I'm teaching you just how you can be fluent and how can you be comfortable while learning in English or while speaking English, or how you can take one more step towards your fluency in English. So I need to tell you, and I need to make you understand this very fact that you can just think in English, because translation we cannot rely upon totally. Translation is not the thing that will help us actually out. So we need to understand that while being in a language, we need to understand and we need to speak things in the same language. We cannot use any other language, right? In order to become better, fluent in a particular language, I need to use the same language in my mind, in my tongue, in my thoughts. Yes, you are getting me. So, last but not least, I have reading something very loudly. Now, you can take a stuff in your phone, you can take a book, you can take a novel, anything that you find your interest or your interest lies, whichever field that you are comfortable or you feel excited, you can take up the books or the stuff or anything, and speak it out loudly in your room. You can shut the door, just speak it out loudly. Because, sir, what will happen when I read? Because I'm looking into the book and then I'm reading it out. How can it help me? Let me tell you, it will help you in a drastic way, because your tongue will get habitual of that. These are the small and simple habits and the tactics to improve and to be better and fluent in the language. So I need to tell you, and I am doing it. Believe me, it works 101%. Because when I read and I take up a book and I read, it becomes, and it helps me to be fluent and more fluent. The reason behind my tongue is getting the habitual of the language, because the more I speak, the more I listen, it will help me to get the ideas generated in my brain and to speak more comfortably, confidently and flawlessly. That's the key. I can go for the tongue twisters. I can read out the tongue twisters even by looking into the pages or written stuff. You can take anything, because we need to find out our own way to improve our English, because every person or every personality is different from others. I need to understand. So whatever works upon you, you just take it. And you can also listen to lots of videos. I know that you listen to the podcasts, or you watch lots of videos, but moreover that, listening to or watching the videos, what matters the most, that after watching it, are you applying that in your life? Are you applying that in order to become fluent? Means whatever you have watched in the video or you have learned in a video, you need to apply that in order to get the best result out of that, because something that we are here to improve ourselves. So I hope that you will be putting these into efforts and you will get the results. And if it is helpful for you, and if you are visiting on the channel very first time, do hit the like button if you like the video, obviously, and subscribe the channel if you like the video, and share it with kith and kin in case if you find helpful to you. So we will be meeting again, and I love to hear from you. Please don't forget to press the bell icon that is against the subscription button, so that you will be notified for the upcoming videos. So I hope that we will make it one day in a wonderful way. Day one to one day we will make this journey a wonderful one and a memorable one. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.